Come on, do Nazi stuff.
Look out for Charlie.
Okay, so the other night I had the SWAT rat out and I was using it, and it was about 1:30 a.m. If you don't know what the SWAT rat is, it does not use an antenna, it only picks up audio. You get a lot of people that come by here with bright ideas. It does not pick up radio waves, it picks up audio or anything being transduced into audio. I call it the SPD SWAT rat. That is the Subliminal Psychic Driving Surveillance and Weaponized Acoustic Technology Recognition and Alert Tool. So I had it running the other night, and I want to show you what it looks like while you're recording this, and I'm going to show you a sample of that. So let's check it out right now.
The safe. Pick the is a safe. Pick the what he said.
Recording again.
Fight.
Fight.
But he said.
Now, if you are not up to speed on this, I'm going to link to a video below this where you can get up to speed on it, what it is, what it does, what it picks up. The SWAT rat acronym should give you everything you need to know, but just in case, I will link to that video below. I want to show you some interesting things that I picked up with this. And again, this was about 1:30 in the morning, and it started to chatter. As you heard, you could hear fight, you could hear some other words going on that almost sounded like psychic driving kind of stuff. Let's check this out. Now I'm going to play you what was being recorded in that, I believe that second clip that I showed when I said it's recording again. I was whispering in that recording as to what was going on. Let's check it out. It says fight with other things in between it.
Fight.
And you can hear these low voices way below. The decibels of these voices are very low.
But he said.
Then it'll pick up and then it'll say fight again.
Fight.
And it keeps doing that over and over and over, repeating fight with something else in between it. Let me show you some of the other things that it picked up, and I want to show you some very, very interesting clips. Here is a clip where it says patience down. And you don't know what it's referring to or what it's doing, but it's very strange. Now, if anybody was picking this up, again, this is an acoustic signal. So somebody can hear it. I'm not hearing it. I'm recording it and playing it back. I can hear it when it's boosted up with the SWAT rat or with the microphone. I can pull these out of normal recordings. They're just a little bit different. Anyway, patience down.
Patience down.
Patience down. And it goes into patience something else right after that.
Patience. Patience. Patience.
It sounds like it says patience have to something.
Patience. Patience.
So sometimes it stays on a subject, where other times when you're picking the stuff up, it's just randomness. This one is really weird. It says sick, and then it sounds like it says he's there to kill, something to that effect. Let's check it out. Here's sick.
Sick. Sick. Sick.
And it's almost like a Commodore speech modulator.
Sick.
And then he's there to kill. And then it rambles on about other stuff.
Precious. Precious.
But I want to show you all these random ones so we can get to the main sample. Now, here it mentions something about a safe. Something, the safe. Check it out.
Well, the safe.
Now, if you were picking this up and you had a safe randomly with these fortune cookie style messages, you would totally believe that this was about you. And this is what I'm getting into in this episode, is the fortune cookie style message to a lot of this audio that can be used for a myriad of different things. Now, this one is very interesting. It comes in, it says something here, and then a voice says, "Who has to live?" I'm going to show you the first version and then a second version. Here we go.
West of the.
It's very weird. Let's go to second one.
West of the.
It's got that robotic pulsed inflection, and you can tell they're pulses. And if you look at how strange the actual wave files are, the signal itself. It has a very unnatural, almost lily wave look to it. The way it kicks down and kicks back up. It's very, very unnatural the way these pulses operate. This says, took it something. Then here it says, they're face down. They're face down. It's a very interesting set of anomalous audio. And as you could see in the sample that I first played, I was just letting it rock live and just recording it. So it was just chattering on and on for a long time. Here's a different version of what sounds like he's there to kill. And then the sick. If you look, here's another example of the actual waveform where it's very anomalous and strange. It sounds like it says that guy was packing.
And
then it says something else here and here. But then it says quiet.
Point.
They were being picked up much harder than normal. They were coming in and just really popping and pulsing. Now this one says something about death right here. Death. It's pretty obvious. And then I'm going to move on now to the main one that I want to talk about. So here, look at how strange this waveform is. You got to really look at this. This is really messed up. So you get this pulse boost that goes straight up, and then it begins to enunciate the word, a bunch of pulses, and then look at that, how that fades out. It's very, very strange. But here is where you get, I'll show you this.
Hello.
But here is the kicker. It says, they're in Michigan. They're in Michigan. Plain as day. Now, what is this about? I have no idea. Is it about me? I don't know. I don't care. But what if someone else is hearing this or recorded and hearing it? For one thing, pay attention to what is being said. That doesn't sound local, does it? You know, I played it for a friend of mine, and he said, you know, if it were local, they'd say they're there, or they're nearby, or they're in this city, or whatever. Not they're in Michigan. That sounds more like a national system, doesn't it? You know, the reality is a lot of these fortune cookie style messages are designed to do exactly what this does. They're in Michigan. Well, what does that mean? Doesn't mean a whole lot. Can it get personal? Absolutely. But 95% of people that either heard this or heard this in a recording would believe that it was about them, which could absolutely fuel paranoia or whatever. But let's think about this. What if somebody was receiving quote-unquote psychic messages, and this psychic message told them that they are in Michigan? This is the definition of psychic subversion. What if this is telling a voice here where the alleged location of their attacker is? Of course, it's bullshit, but what if? You have to think about this. What are we picking up here? This is the danger of these fortune cookie style messages. They can apply to anything. So now, let's imagine that somebody is hearing the voice of God weapon. Non-stop, 24/7. It is driving them nuts. And let's say they are driven a little over the edge and scared out of their home. All right? And then they hear the simple message, I don't know if I can get to her. I have my kid with me. Something like that. Another very ominous but fortune cookie style message. The victim, who is now possibly turned into a perpetrator and is on the hunt for whoever is doing this to them, will immediately take that information and be hyper vigilantly looking for someone with a child. And here is where you can begin to understand how all these motiveless crimes actually do have a motive. They're just misdirected, and these people are being used as patsies. Again, there is no antenna. These are sound waves. That means vibration. That means physical, mechanical sound. Something that is being transduced into sound. You need to understand what that means. Now, let me state that again. I don't know if I can get to her. I have my kid with me. That's all it has to say. And the person is going to be turned into a predator now looking for somebody with a child. Now, here's the case of a woman who randomly stabbed a 3-year-old and a mother in a Ohio grocery store parking lot. Let's check this out for a minute.
A woman in Ohio is in custody accused of stabbing and killing a 3-year-old child. The attack happened Monday in the parking lot of a grocery store, the Giant Eagle there, that happened in the city of North Olmsted. That's about 25 minutes from Cleveland. The boy and his mother were stabbed and taken to the hospital, but the boy died from his injuries. Police found a 32-year-old.
This is a terrible, terrible situation. I don't know if this is a V2K case yet, or a Voice of God weapons case yet. I don't know. But I look for the red flags. I see about 2 or 3 so far. She's going to need to make a couple statements for me to really get a fix on that. But it's looking like it. And these are these motiveless, quote-unquote, motiveless crimes that come from things like this. And I've recorded this and shown this to you before many times. And here is another case where, you know, something simple can be read and turned into something else completely. Now imagine the "they're in Michigan" statement and what that can be turned into, and that's what I was getting at. This can be taken all sorts of ways. Again, does it get personal? Of course. This is an acoustic system. This is an acoustic network. But when these people are hearing this stuff, and they can be sensitized to hear it pretty damn easily, if you don't understand, my channel has all the answers that you need. This is how this can happen. This is how this can go down. And it's a terrible situation. But when you are picking this up and showing it to people and people still aren't getting it, it is so frustrating. It's like they're not getting reality. So when someone is in fear of this and they are hypervigilant and they are hyper aware, and they are in the fear and bewilderment stage of this, and they hear something like "they're in Michigan," it could mean a million different things, and it can drive people to do things. Just a simple fortune cookie style message. Think about this. That's it for now. Look out for Charlie.
I've seen this before. Who is that?
It's the guy.
What guy?
You know, the guy we were trying to get to do Nazi stuff. You know, come on, do Nazi stuff.
Oh, yeah. Still haven't been able to get him to do Nazi stuff.
No, well, we keep trying.
Look out for Charlie.
I wonder if he'd be willing to do just a little bit of Nazi stuff.